It's all right. Former President Donald Trump's legal team has taken shape, and it is going to create some new challenges in his quest to regain the White House. Doug Luzader joins us from Washington this morning as a new poll shows his support dropping in recent days. Doug, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So what is this new poll looking like for Trump and the rest of the Republican field as of right now?
Well, it's a new Emerson poll. It still shows Trump with a huge lead, so we don't want to discount that. But it does show, according to this poll, that it's dropped about 6 points or so over the past 9 days. Now, is that just a polling anomaly? Does it have something to do with the debate last week? Does it have something to do with the former president's legal issues? We don't know. But he is still, obviously, at this point, the favorite to win the nomination based on all these recent polls, but we do see some movement. Nikki Haley, the former UN ambassador, has moved up a little bit. That may again be the result of this most recent debate. Maybe something else at play, but it does show kind of some shifting ground there in the race for the Republican nomination.
And speaking of Haley, she seems to think Trump's legal dates could take a toll on the former president's campaigning. Could that be true?
Well, you know, whether these cases hurt him or help him, it's difficult to say, but they're certainly going to complicate his schedule. I mean, these court dates are going to come fast and furious at this point. We had one set yesterday here in the D.C. case involving federal charges of essentially election interference. That date is now March 4th. That's a day before Super Tuesday. So you add this to all the other court dates that are piling up for the former president, and it's going to get pretty complicated to run a campaign. At the same time, you're dealing with all of these court cases involving a number of jurisdictions. We have federal cases, we have state cases in play. So this is going to get difficult for the Trump legal team to manage all of this and somehow kind of merge it in with the former president's campaign schedule.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts there. All right, let's talk about his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. We touched on this yesterday. Can you give us an update on what's happening with his case down in Georgia?
Yeah, this is the Georgia state case involving, again, allegations of election interference. There's a federal case. I know this gets confusing. There's a federal case here in D.C. that involves election interference as well. But the case you're talking about, as you know, is in Georgia. And there are 19 defendants, one of whom is Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, who was just in court yesterday, a federal court, arguing that that case should be moved to federal court. The former president may make the same argument as well. And the legal strategy here may involve the fact that they may get a more favorable jury. The jury pool may be more favorable to the former president if they draw from several counties and not just Fulton County there in Atlanta.
Lot to keep track of. Doug Luzader doing a good job of doing just that. Doug, thank you very much. We appreciate your time this morning.